and welcome to yet another Geek Informant. I am your host, Sam, the Geek Informant. We've got a very special episode lined up for you today. We're going to be changing things up a bit, so instead of a movie review, we're going to be doing what we call the Geek History, where we inform you on some historical events in geek history. Because a lot of you people don't know what's going on in the world, especially in the geek community. But don't worry, that's why I'm here, to inform you on all that good stuff. But don't worry, we're still going to be informing you on the news and the schedules. And if you still can't figure out what to do after that, we'll tell you how to spend it with our picks. Are you guys ready? Let's get started. And welcome to the news. This week we've got quite a bit more news than we did last week. Last week was kind of slim picking and I really had to figure out what would qualify as news to inform you guys on. But this week, I actually had to decide what to tell you guys. So why don't we begin with our first pick. Number 1! Last week we talked a little bit about The Hobbit and our first looks at Bilbo Baggins and Gandalf the Grey and then a little bit of look at the dwarves. Well, this week we got a better look at the dwarves. But 5 dwarves actually to be exact. Please don't ask me which ones. I can't remember them off the top of my head. But if you want to take a look at them, link in the description down below. So now, on to the dwarves. Some people have already speculated that they look more Guillermo del Toro than Peter Jackson. But if you ask me, they still work within the look and feel of the Lord of the Rings movies. Because we really didn't see a whole lot of the dwarves in the Lord of the Rings movies. So this gives us a chance to expand and explore the different looks and styles of the dwarves. So, but if you don't, well, I want to know what you think. Let us know down below in the descriptions. Or comments. You know what I mean! Number 2! Next up is actually something we're very excited for, which is next year's big summer blockbusters, which there are so many coming out. One of them probably the most anticipated movie ever to come out since Empire Strikes Back, which is The Dark Knight Rises, the third and final installment of Chris Nolan's Batman movies. Now you're probably excited, oh my god, more news from Dark Knight Rises, what could it be? Well, footage of them filming, taken by a cell phone hiding in the bushes. Yeah, not all that exciting, but still it is something and it is worth you guys knowing and checking out. You want to watch the video? Link in the description down below. And if you want to tell us what you think of The Dark Knight Rises, let us know down in the comments. Number 3! And last but not least, I've saved our biggest news for last. A few weeks ago, Hollywood announced that they'd be pulling a lot of their movies out of Comic-Con. Losers. So a big worry that fans had with that would be the biggest movie of 2012, the Avengers, would not be there. And who could blame them? I mean, that would royally suck. But I am here to announce that they will be there. And as for the team, maybe, possibly, depending on schedules, but the movie itself will be there. Vehicles and set pieces have been confirmed to be there, but most importantly, footage. It has been announced that footage from the movie, whether it be a teaser trailer or an actual full-blown trailer or scenes from the movie, will be premiering at the Marvel booth and will be going on a continuous loop. How awesome is that? What do you guys think about the Avengers being in San Diego Comic-Con? Are you going to be there? If so, send me footage. Now.
It's only a matter of time before all the races of the universe serve the Urkan Empire!
Welcome home, son. I'd have to take this opportunity to say, filthy Earth creatures! It is clear who the superior species is! Isn't it? Isn't it? You stink!
Zim is very much like the Star Trek of the early 2000s. And by that I mean it didn't really become wildly popular and successful until after the show was cancelled. However, why was the show cancelled to begin with? The story is about an alien race called the Urkan Empire, planning on taking over the universe. We focus on the small failure of the race, Zim, who tries to take over Earth, while the young child Dib tries to expose him for what he really is. Now the plot seems simple enough. We've seen kids shows with stories like this before, so why did this one go wrong?
My heart explodes with joy!
I'm gonna be sick!
Ew. Yes, this was quite a graphic show for kids, and that's all thanks to the show's creator, Jonan Vasquez. What other wonderful projects did he do?
Oh, what's that you say, Smee? Yes, Yeah, really? Oh, okay, what? Oh, Well, Mr. Bear, you speak lies! Lies! Stuffed with pure venom, you vile lint-infested!
Ew. So needless to say, this was a twisted kid show made by a very, very twisted man. But was that why the show was cancelled? Well, partly. The INVADER ZIM was notorious for having subliminal messages throughout the show's run. Some of them were actually quite harmless, like animating Vasquez into various episodes. Others were a little bit more shady, like putting characters and creatures from his very gory comic Johnny the Homicidal Maniac into the show. In fact, in the Halloween episode, Nee, the main character, actually makes an appearance. I can only imagine how frantic this made the suits at Nickelodeon. God forbid if a child wanted to read Johnny the Homicidal Maniac because of how often parts of the book were appeared in the show. Don't believe me? In the episode Walk of Doom, where the infamous Zim takes his sidekick Gurr for a walk, we catch a glimpse of a rather large billboard branded with the iconic logo of the Johnny the Homicidal Maniac books. In the episode Abducted, Gurr is kidnapped by another race of aliens who thinks that Gurr and Zim are Earthlings. Needless to say, these aliens aren't very bright. However, this, in my opinion, is more dangerous as it's more of a crossover than a cameo or subliminal message. In the spin-off book, Squee's Book of Horribleness, the first horrible thing this poor child has to endure are these aliens. And by doing this, the show opens the door to children to think that Squee is a book for kids, because it features characters from a kid's show. Well, they're wrong. And sneaking in Johnny